Life's too short to drive boring cars.
And with all these great vehicles today, why would you want to buy something like this? This car belongs in the 17th century.
Electric vehicles this, hybrid vehicles that, 4-cylinder turbo this. It's hard to even filter through all the noise and find yourself a great vehicle with an amazing engine behind it. Because there's so many vehicles out there with engines about as exciting as a bowl of porridge. So I'm going to share a list of 5 amazing engines and some of the vehicles you'll find them in so that you can save some time in looking and possibly buy yourself one of the most exciting vehicles on the road today. Let's get into it now. So the first amazing engine in a car that's really going to knock your socks off, and I know because I've driven these cars several times, and that's this hot little white car right behind us here.
And what we're talking about here is the Audi RS3, and it's the Quattro. So you've got the all-wheel drive system clawing at the asphalt, moving this vehicle along in brisk fashion. And while some of you may assume this vehicle is very unassuming, let's first take a look. Great little headlights, the modern day Audi style right there. And you can see, and because it's an Audi RS model, it has a very aggressive chin spoiler there. We have the RS calipers and amazing wheels wrapped around that. Of course, we have a great glass panel up top, so you enjoy a lot of light in the cabin. And like many vehicles today, Audi is no different with the large grille that's in your face, and it screams, hey, look at me, I'm coming through, move aside. Let's take a look. So you have flares along the side. It shows there's a little bit of sportiness there. Got these beautiful carbon fiber mirrors, color matching door handles on front and back, and you've got this great little flared out rocker panel down below. Of course, being an Audi, you have the latest LED taillights, and they're pretty interesting, especially in the dark. And again, we're dealing with the RS3 by Audi. You'll notice a great little wing as well on the rear trunk lid, which adds a little sport and spice. Then we look down below and you'll notice one huge massive tailpipe that you can actually fit your whole fist in there like that. But there's actually another one. So you've got 2 massive tailpipes and this beautiful little high gloss splitter down there to finish it off. Of course, we're dealing with an Audi, so you have lots of sensors throughout in the RS3. And overall, the car has a very powerful stance. The wheels fill out the fender wells just nicely. You'll see, because this is an RS3, the rear bumper has these great little extensions at the bottom, as well as there's this little plastic piece here. Apparently by regulations, because of the way the wheels flare out, it's a requirement to have that on there. That's unique for the RS models. And the interior is nothing but the finest because it is an Audi with the Q-stitch trim and the latest MMI system. These RS3s are neither ho-hum or boring to drive.
And a major part of that has to do with the engine that's wrapped under the hood there. Did you realize it's the same engine that's also shared in the TT-RS? And that actually happens to be a 2.5-liter 5-cylinder turbo engine, and it's all strapped to a DCT 7-speed semi-automatic transmission.
These cars are blisteringly fast. You can do 0 to 60 miles per hour in approximately 3 seconds.
Quarter-mile time into the 11s, and all with a package that you can drive every day if you outfit the wheels accordingly. Of course, naturally they come with a performance spec of tire, but you can swap that out with winter rubbers and you're good to go all year round. Personally, I do believe the RS3 and the TT-RS by Audi are 2 of their best vehicles, primarily because they're engines. So if you're looking for something a little more utility, then number 2 should satisfy that request. And what that is here.
We're dealing with a Volvo XC90 SUV. But let's take a look first and I'll explain the engine after. There we have Volvo, and you've got the big grille, a little bit more conservative styling on the front end, although they do have a really fresh set of LED headlights. And some beautiful chrome trim on the front with a very aggressive looking front spoiler at the bottom. And this wonderful colored match around the fender wells. And the same thing goes down with the trim as well as the rocker panels along the bottom of the car. And then looking down here, it's absolutely a beautiful stance with some of the most interesting rear tail lights you can find anywhere on the market. But you'll notice you've got the chrome on top to allow for carrying of a large amount of luggage. Got chrome accents around the windows. Great chrome two-tone here on the handles as well as there. And we've got a keyless entry. And the interior is almost as exciting as the Audi. It's actually very, very well done and dressed up nicely. Mirror, got that wonderful little LED strip, but you've got a large glass panel on the roof and a very bold looking front end. You'll notice these beautiful gunmetal gray rims on there. And it's a Volvo, so it's known for durability, reliability, and safe motoring. But the XC90 with these great little dual exhaust tips down there, and when equipped with the T6 all-wheel drive, means something unique that you don't find in a lot of other SUVs. If you buy the T5, it's the base 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, makes about 250 horsepower. If you step up to the T6 like we have here, the powertrain then steps into the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine
plus supercharging they add to it, and it adds up to about 311 horsepower. In addition, if you want even more, you can get over 400 horsepower if you equip it with the electric motors available in the T8.
So if you're looking for something unique, interesting, high-strung, and relatively reliable, the XC90 by Volvo might be your answer.
Guess what? I've got another one for you. That's number 3, and it's actually one of these.
Right here we have the Jaguar F-Type R. Right there you can see the R means that it has the 5-liter V8 and it's supercharged. And these cars are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just take a look at it. It almost has an Aston Martin feel to it, and it harkens back to the 60s when Jaguar was big into their performance, long front hooded coupes. But before we talk about the drivetrain, let's take a quick look around. No question, it has an absolutely gorgeous set of headlights with LEDs. And on this side, you'll notice it almost has a sense of a J. So the headlights create a J symbol that you can notice here, suggesting Jaguar. And this is the R, and we'll get to that. And here we have the little kitty because it's Jag. You have great flares. If you look down the side, it's very, very sporty. One of the most sporty vehicles on the road today. Beautiful wheels in there, red calipers behind that. Auto folding mirrors, of course with an LED strip, and you've got a large glass panel. Of course, options are carbon fiber roof or just painted. Literally one of the most attractive rear stances that you'll find anywhere on the market today. Also comes equipped with the quad exhaust right there in this little kitty, and it purrs because it's the R. It also has these wonderful self-folding flush-mounted shave style handles. And the interior has mixes of high quality versus slightly lower quality materials, but it certainly feels every bit a Jaguar.
These cars actually use one of the best gearboxes available in the market today. That's a ZF Auto 8-speed. One of the most reliable, robust, and best performing. It almost reads your mind. But we're talking about the engine, and what do you get in this vehicle?
This easily is one of the best sounding, best performing engines on the market today. You're talking about a 5-liter V8, and you got a nice supercharger tucked tightly under the bulge of the hood right there of this wonderful Jaguar. But that engine actually creates 550 horsepower in this current generation. The replacement model in 2021 came out with 575. But either way, even in this generational model, it can punch out a 0 to 60 mile per hour time of 3.4 seconds, crack the quarter mile in the 11s.
And with enough road, it can even reach 200 miles per hour. Do you realize they also have some of the most amazing soundtracks coming out of the exhaust? They snap, crackle, pop, almost like those little flakes on the Rice Krispie boxes, but these make an absolute menacing noise that you can actually switch on or off at will. So if you want to be a total hooligan on the back roads, you got it. But if you want to idle out of your neighborhood in peace so you don't annoy the neighbors, you've got that too. The Jaguar F-Type R. And the next firecracker of an engine is one that you can't dispute. It's absolutely amazing in terms of the numbers it actually puts down and the vehicle you can find it in. And it's also a precursor to what's going to happen very, very soon because of many of their premium engines are going away. And that's
the AMG GLA 45. These vehicles are absolutely cool and beautiful in a simplistic and stealthy rally car sort of way. I mean, let's just take a quick look at this vehicle and do a quick walk around. Has your classic Mercedes style headlights with your LED strip and projector style headlamps. Has a very aggressive front splitter on there and a great hood with some impressive lines to take the bland out of the automotive industry. Here we have, it's an AMG model with these great little dual stripes on the front. And of course you'll notice we've got carbon fiber splitter on the front of this beautiful vehicle. Now this is a hot little car, and how can you tell? Look at these brakes. You've got the oversized large AMG brake calipers over the cross-drilled slotted rotors right there. And you've got these beautiful rims that say AMG on it right there. Here you've got the protective shielding around the fenders, and on the rocker, you actually have some carbon fiber along the edge, which makes it nice as well. Keyless 1 and 2. Up here you have lots of glass to open up and give lots of air and light for the passengers in the cabin. In this beautiful AMG model right here, and it's a Mercedes, as I said, GLA 45. Typical, they have some nice chrome accents, as Mercedes often does on the rear of their bumpers, and they got more vents and whatnot along the bottom. Of course, you've got more carbon fiber here, which is ultra impressive, and you've got one set of dual pipes and yet another set of dual pipes right there. Rear little wiper, and of course a very sharply raked rear window. But look at this rally style wing on the back. It's absolutely gorgeous. High performance, and the interior is absolutely gorgeous with lots of nice chrome updates and trim and those wonderful seats that are stamped AMG.
But what makes this thing so special, other than it has an 8-speed DCT transmission? It's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine that makes 382 horsepower. That's right, that's almost as much as the Audi RS3 packaged in a 4-cylinder engine, and it could wallop a 0 to 60 time in the low 4-second range and get you from A to B in relative comfort and all-wheel drive. It's absolutely stunner and an amazing engine. So the next great engine is one that makes a huge amount of power but doesn't have to destroy the planet with carbon emissions because it's so efficient. And it's all packaged into this great, lively, responsive, and reliable packaging right here.
And we have right here a Honda Civic Type R. That's right, this thing is absolutely immense. Now the styling might be a little over the top, but we'll take a look around and then I'll explain why this drivetrain is so amazing. In this Honda, and it's a Type R, now there's lots of high gloss black here. Of course, you've got these great fog lights here, and you'll notice some dry carbon front splitter on the front. You've got flares that are absolutely great, and as you can see, there's vent as a result of that flare. Great mirrors, keyless, no sunroof because that hurts performance. Of course, you have carbon fiber along the rocker panel as well, and these beautiful high gloss rims with hard clamping calipers behind that. Of course, these cars have that massive bulbous wing there on the Type R only, with all these different vents throughout the back. Of course, you've got this massive exhaust system with 3 pipes and more dry carbon along the bottom and more flares around the rear fenders. Make these cars look absolutely aggressive and track ready. Of course, you've got your great little cameras there. And hood scoops. What would a performance car be without some kind of a NACA hood scoop? Love the headlights on these. Absolutely has a very strong and menacing front stance. But you'll notice it also has racing buckets in there and a manual gearbox to complement the overall sporting package.
Now, why this car is so great, it's 2-liter 4-cylinder engine turbocharged, but it makes a whopping 306 horsepower, only second to the GLA Mercedes. It also sticks like glue or like a fly on a flypaper, and it's very frugal on fuel, so it's an easy, very easy vehicle to love. Performance levels are very high, just get past those over-the-top styling design. With all of that said, right there, some of the worst engines, they will not last. Be sure to check it out. You're going to enjoy it. Hope to see you real soon. Catch you then. Bye-bye.